Hello guys, welcome back to the Debug Arena. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build a complete login and sign up authentication system in React Native, and we will be using a super powerful backend called Back4App. If you haven't heard of Back4App before, don't worry, I will explain everything step by step. But first, let me show you a quick demo of what we will be building so you know what's coming up. So you can see here, this is my React Native app where I have created this login page. From this, I can go to my register page, and from here, user can register in our application. So first, let's do the registration. I will scroll it up and I will enter username as the debug arena. Email will be tdb@g.co. Phone number I can give anything as random, and password I will keep as 123. And I will click on this register button, and you can see I have got the message registration successful and I have been navigated to login page. Now here I will try to do the login. Let's enter the email. Here let's enter the password. Click on this login button, and you can see I have been logged into the application, and here I'm getting the user details like welcome the debug arena, its email and the phone number. Now before doing the logout, let's go behind the scene and check the Back4App dashboard to see where all this user data is getting stored. So I will just minimize this, and this is Back4App dashboard. Yes, Back4App provide us a dashboard so that we can manage our backend very easily. So you can see here we are getting the option to see the database. So I will go there, and here these are the tables in the Back4App. They are called as classes. So these are the classes, okay, and in the user class all my registered users are mentioned. Like currently we have logged in with the tdb@g.co, okay, not logged in, registered, so it is stored here, and we can see its password is hidden. Also, Back4App provide us with default columns like email verified, which will be filled if you verify the email. Okay, it also provides us with this odd data, like if you are integrating Google login or Facebook login, then it will store that data and link your email and password and that odd data, so that you don't have to manage both the things separately. Okay, and in big applications it is recommended that you manage user credentials in one table and user data in other table. So we have followed that logic here also, like in this user table or collection or user class which is provided by Back4App. Here I have created this user data pointer which is pointing to the other database. So if I click on this, it will take me to the other user data table, okay, and in that we have stored other user details like phone number, full name, and in future we will store profile photo and every other thing. So by following this logic, we can separate actual user credentials and user data, and this make our app more secure. Not just this, like currently I am logged into the application, okay, so you can see I'm already logged in. So here we are having this session class, okay, this is provided by Back4App only, and in this session class all the active user of your applications are mentioned. Like if I come here and scroll to the left, you can see here I am having a one record, and this is the record of my user pointer which is my current user, like tdb@g.co. So if 100 users are active in your application, those 100 records will be shown here, and this is totally provided by Back4App. So if I do the logout from here, it will also be logged out from here. So let me show you this. I will click on this logout button, and I'm logged out from here. I will come here and I will just refresh this, and you can see session data is gone. So this is also provided by Back4App. I will let you through all the features of the Back4App in the later part of the video, but for now, before moving on to the React Native, I want to show you one cool thing which is provided by Back4App totally for free. Like everything is totally for free, like not to the larger extent, but obviously with the restriction we get everything for free. Now here in the cloud code we get these logs. I will go to the logs. System logs are fine. I will go to this info, and here I have written the code so that whenever any user will log into my application na, in the logs I will see this. And with the help of logs we can identify the errors in our application. In the same way, if I go to error, you can see all the logs and all the errors which my application has faced from today morning when this application is created, okay. And if 100 users are logged in and they are doing something and they got the error, all the logs will be available here, so it will be very easy for you to debug it. All right, now that you have seen that how the app works and how everything is stored and tracked in back4app, let's go ahead and start building it from scratch. So first I will go and create the React Native application, and then I will create the register UI. After that I will go to back4app, do all the configuration, and then we'll integrate our back4app in our React Native application and we'll store the data. So without any delay, let's get started. So now I will go to the console and we'll create a new React project. So I will come here, I will just remove this and we can run this command to create new React project, which is npx React Native community CLI latest init and my project name, which is back4app auth. Let's wait for it to finish. Okay, it is done. Now I will go to my project folder and then I will go to back4app auth. I will open this in VS Code and at the same time I will open it in CMD. And here I will run this command npx React Native run Android to start my React application. By the time it is getting started, in our application there are some packages we need. Like I will go to Chrome and here I will search for React Native paper. So this is one of the package which I will require in order to create the buttons because it provides us default styling. So I will go to this React Native paper, copy this command, then again come here and we'll run this command npm I React Native paper. After this, I will also use icons in our application. So for that, I'm going to use React Native vector icons. Can search for this React Native vector icon, go to the first link. This package requires some configuration changes, so we will do that also. So we can copy this command, go to our CMD, paste this. If you want a detailed video on how to use icons in React Native, I have already created a video in which I have explained each and everything in details. In this video, I'm not going to go in details about the icons or some package or stack navigator. If you want a detailed explanation, I have already video on all of that topic. I will give the link in the description. You can go and check that out. So this is already installed. Now we also want navigation in this, so for that I'm going to use React Navigation. So I will just search for React Native Navigation, click on the first link, redocs. From here we can just scroll down. This is the first package which we have to install, which is React Navigation Native. It is the parent package of navigation. I hope you already know about this. Okay, and after this, in React Native application, if you want to navigate just between the screen now, stack navigator is enough. So I will install this. Before this, let me just go down and let's see if any other thing is required. So yeah, we also have to install this npm install React Native screen and safe area context. I will copy this, I will go there. Okay, now I will install those two packages. I will create the list of all the packages which I have installed. Okay, and then we have to use the stack navigator. For that we can just scroll down and here we will go to stack, and then I will just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Yeah, this is the command to install the React Navigation stack. So I will copy this, again go here. Okay, paste that, install it, and after this we also have to install this gesture handler. So I will copy this command also, again go there, wait for it to finish. Let's run this command. Okay, I think that's it. Now I will go to this React Native vector icons and I will quickly do the setup for this configuration. So I can just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. I'm using only Android. So first thing is here that I have to go to Android app build.gradle and I have to paste this line. So I will do that. I will copy this Android app build.gradle, Android app build.gradle. Let's paste that line, save this, again go there. I will just scroll down, Android settings.gradle, these two line, again copy this, go there, Android settings.gradle. Here I will paste that, remove this plus from here, save this, again go to documentation, scroll down, Android app build.gradle and this line. Okay, again I will go there, scroll down, we have to go to dependencies. This is the dependencies, and after this implementation I can paste this. Okay, that's it. And these two we can skip because in the newer version this is already done. So I think we are good. Now let me just see all the packages are installed. Yes, let's restart our application again so that all the packages will be installed properly. So I will run this command. Okay, my application has started. Actually, there was some issue with my laptop. My emulator was not running, like my laptop was hanging. So I switched on to my mobile device, and you can see my application got started. Now what I will do, I will go to package.json, and you can see these are the packages which I have installed, and this is my React Native version which is of latest. Okay, I will close everything. I'll go to app.tsx. This is app.tsx. For now, I will just remove everything and change it to app.js. And I will add here basic structure. First, I will import the React. Then I will create the function name as app. In this, I will return the basic layout of Vue. Vue should be imported from React Native. I hope you already know about Vue and all the basic things in React Native. Otherwise, you can check out my other videos. And here I can just write hi React Native. I can just export it, save this. Let's check the output. Okay, and I'm getting the error text strings must be render with a text component. Nice. So here we have to write text. It can be from React Native paper or React Native, anything is fine. And in this we can add the text. This is what happens when you focus more on web, not on application. And you can see I'm getting high React Native. So this is fine. Now let me just go and create the register page. So for that, what I will do, I will just close this and I will come here, create a folder, not in Android, but here, create a folder, name as screens. In this, I will create a folder name as register.js. Let me create the basic layout. I will export it. Okay, now I hope we will see our application output at the same time. So now in this, I will come and I will just write here return. And inside the return, I will first create the parent div, which will be view. And in the view first, we will be having the image. So I will just write here image, which should be imported from React Native. Make sure view is also imported. In the image, I can pass source, and here I can pass require and the location of my image, which is inside dot assets slash register dot jpg. And then here I can pass some styling. So I will just write here style equals to styles.image. Okay, I will create the style, and at the last I can just write resize mode is equals to cover. Okay, fine. Now let me just come down, and here I will create const styles equals to stylesheet.create. This is how you define styles in React Native. I hope you already know this. And here I will paste image styling like this. It will have width and height. I will not focus on CSS much. You guys can design better than me. Okay, here it should not be stylesheet.image. It should be styles.image. Fine. Now let's save this. Okay, the output will not change because we have to import our component here. Save this, and you can see my image is coming. I also have to change the background and all, so that's fine. I will do it. Now I will come here. I will create another view. In another view, I will create another text. And in the text, I will just write here my title, which will be register. And after this, I will define here text input. Now this text input should be imported from React Native paper, because React Native paper provide us more option and make our text input much more better. So in this, we can pass many things. If you want to know about props and all, you can go and check out the documentation of React Native paper. It is very good. So here I can just pass username, and after that we can pass some functions and all. But for now, what I will do, I will keep it like this only. I will save this, and you can see my input is visible. And here currently it is like a normal input, but here I can pass this mode, and I will be using mode as outline. So I will pass here outlined. I will save this, and you can see it will be like this. So in the start, it will show me the placeholder, and when I click on this, it will go back. Okay, let me just change this background color. So this screen will have more content. So I will be integrating here scroll view. So instead of view, I can just write here scroll view, which should be imported from React Native gesture handler. And here we can write content container style, and it will point to styles.container. Then I will come to my styles, and this will also be scroll view. So if you don't know scroll view, when we will be having more content in the screen of React Native application, we can scroll it. That we have to define it here. If we don't define, it will not scroll. Then I will come here and let's create a container. In the container, I can pass these things: flex grow 1, align item center, padding 20, and background color as white. Let's save this. Okay, I'm getting the error. Okay, this scroll view. Okay, sorry. I have to import it from React Native only. So I can come right here, scroll view, save this. Okay, it is better than before, but not looking good. So what I will do, I will come here and will add styling here also. Here I will write styles.input. Then I will come here and I will define input. And in the input, I am assigning width as 100 and background color as white. I will save this. And yeah, it is looking much better and it is not taking the full screen because of app.js. So I will come here, I will remove this view because at the top of the scroll view here view was there, so it was not taking the full width. Now it will take the full width and you can see our application is looking good. So, and you can see how it will work like this. This is very beautiful and it is actually provided by React Native paper, so we don't have to do much. Here you can explore about the props, but for now to change the color of the label and the border color, what I will do, I will come here and I will write here theme, and in the themes I will pass colors. Colors will be of two type. One will be primary and the other one will be secondary. So in the primary, I will pass this color. Other one will be the border, which will be outline. And in this, I will pass the same color. Okay, it is looking good. Now what is remaining? We have to show icon also. For that, we get this option left and right. So I am writing here left. And after this, in this, what I can write, I can just write a text input dot icon. Okay, so it is like text input inside text input. First, I will close this. Then in this icon, I can pass icon as a callback function like this. Okay. And in this here, we have to define the icon how. So for that, I will just go up and I will import here icon from React Native vector icons. I want to use material community icon, so I will pass here material community icons. Okay, fine. Then I will come here and inside this icon, I can pass this icon. Okay, you can put the name anything, that's fine. But this will represent all the icons from this material community icon, not other icon. If you want deep explanation of React Native vector icon, you can go and check out my other video. And in this, I can pass the name of the icon. So I have already got the name, which is account, and then I can pass size, which will be 20. And you can see my icon is coming. In your case, the icon might not come. So make sure you followed all the instruction, or you can check out my other video, or you can try to restart your application, then your icon will surely come. Now this was about the structure. Like I will copy this text input and create the four different input box, and I will create a button. I don't want to waste my time in creating the layout, so I will just copy the code and show you first. Okay guys, you can see here I have created a layout. I have copy pasted all the text input boxes, the link and the CSS. So you can see here, this is the image, this is the view. I have added the CSS. Okay, this is the text input, and for now I am having label, mode, style, theme and left. Okay, and the same thing I have copied in every input box. Just I have also mentioned keyboard type, so that it will open that type of keyboard. Like for the phone, it will open the phone pad only. You can see it is not opening the alphabets and all. Yeah, I think we are good. And here this is my button, and it is also imported from React Native paper because mode is contained, so it is looking very good. And then at last I am having this already have an account, and it will navigate me to the login. For now I am not having the login screen, so we'll skip this. Now our form is ready. What next? We have to get the value of all this form. So for that, what I will do, I will come here and let's create different states. So I will just write here const username comma set username equal to use state, and it will be null. In the same way, I will create for email, phone and password. Okay, done. I have created all the four state. Now I will go to this text input. Okay, and here we can assign the value. Okay, and what will be the value? Value will be our state username. So in this username, whatever value is there will be mentioned, and using this set username, we can set the value to it. Like use state is used to set the value in the given variable using this variable. If you want deep explanation about use state, you can check out my other video. Okay, so here I am assigning this value to the username, and then we have to get the value. How we can get? For that, there are two methods. One is on change. So if we pass here on change, we will get e. Okay, so once we get this e, what we will do, we will set that to the username. How we can set? Using the other variable, which is set username. So I will just write here set username e dot target dot value. So inside this e dot target dot value, we will get the value of the particular input box. Okay, but you know there is another way, which is on change text. So what I will do, I will come here and I will write on change text. So in the on change text, we will again get a single text, or you can write here also E, but in this what will happen, it will directly get the value. So here I can write set email and it will be directly E. So it will get the directly text, and here we will get the text inside e.target.value. This can be simply written as on change text, and you can simply pass here set phone and it will automatically link that. You don't believe me? Let me just show you. What I will do, I will come here and on the button I will write here on press, and here I will write a function name handle submit. Then I will go up, create a function here, and in this I will just console.log all the states. I will save this. Now I will open my console and I will just enter some random username, email, phone, and then click on this register, and you can see what I'm getting. Here I'm getting undefined, that's fine. But here I am getting the email, and in the phone I'm getting 87. So each and everything is working totally fine. So in this way, using on change text, you can get the value from the input. Okay, this on change will not work because this is not provided by React Native paper. It will work in our normal text input. Okay, so what I will do, I will not use this method. Okay, I will keep it for set email only. I will use this on change text because it is very simple. So here I can just write here set username. I hope you are understanding each and everything. Now I will set this as set password. So now we are getting the data also. That's fine. But before moving to the back4 app, like storing this data to the backend application, we have to do something in the password. In the password, we have to show and hide the password. So for that, what I will do, I will come here and let's create one more state, name as show password and set show password. Then I will scroll down and I will come here, and everywhere don't forget to assign the value. Okay, then I will come here, and here inside the text input now we have one property name as set secure text entry, which will make our input box secure. Now in the password, if I enter anything, you can see it is hidden. So we just have to manipulate this secure text entry. So what I will do, I will come here and I will just modify it to show password. So it will show the password, and if we click on that again, it will again hide the password. So for that, I will come here and show password is false. So in start, it will hide the password, and then when we click on any button, it will show the password. Now on which button we will click? For that, I will show eye icon here. So I will come here. Now I have to show eye icon on the right side, so I can simply write this right. Okay, then in this I will pass text input dot icon, close this. In the icon name I will add one condition, which is if my show password is true. Okay, show password by default is false. If my show password is true, then I will show this icon, which is I off. So I will be off, and otherwise I will show I on. Okay, and then I can just define here on press, so that to control this show password. So I can come here, I will write a callback function like this, and in this I can directly write set password, sorry, set show password, and I will set it to the negative of the current value. If it is false, the negative is true. If it is true, negative is false. And you can see icon is there, data is there, it is secure. If I click on this, icon changed, I am able to see the password and it is working totally fine. Now we are ready with our front end changes. Now the next step will be to go to back4app, sign up there and create a collection, and then store all this data to our back4app application. So let's do that. Okay, before moving to back4app, just one more thing, that I'm noticing that I'm getting multiple warning in my React Native application, and then I just checked my package.json. So here I noticed that I am using React Native version 0.79.0, which is the latest one, but it is not the stable. So I am thinking to move back to the stable version. So what I will do, I will come here and I will copy this and then do Control D. So wherever this version is used, it will be selected, and then I will switch back to 0.78.2. This is the last stable version which I know, so I'm just switching back there. If you are also facing this issue, then you can switch back to this version because this is the stable one. So now I will save this. After this, we have to run the npm install. So I will go to my project folder cmd. This is my project folder cmd. I will just increase it, I will zoom it, and then here I will run npm install. So it will install my React Native with that version. Okay, so don't forget to run npm install after you have changed your version. Okay, now I will go to Chrome. To use back4app, we can go to Google and search for back4app. Click on the first link. And now first thing, what is back4app? Back4app is a powerful backend as a service platform built on top of open source Parse Server. It allows you to build full featured app without writing any backend code. We can easily manage user authentication, data storage, session, file storage, and even features like email verification, password verification, and all from a clean web dashboard. It also gives us the flexibility to deploy our own custom backend application like Node.js application. Back4app also provide ready to use REST API, GraphQL API, and official SDK for the platforms like React Native, Flutter, and Web App, making it super easy to connect our front end to the back end in just a minute, regardless of any programming language. And the best part, it is totally free, and also it is rated highly in the product hunt for its developer friendly tools and free tire access. So we can get started with back4app without any cost. Now if you are here for the first time, then you can sign up here. For that you can click here, and here they don't require any credit card. You can sign up using a Google. I have already signed up, so I will click on this login button, and after this I will click on this continue with Google. I will select my Google account, and once logged in, we will be navigated to this type of dashboard. From here, we have two ways to navigate. One is if we want to use Back4App as a backend platform, and the other one is that we want to host our backend application. So this second one, which is web deployment platform, I have already created a dedicated video on this. So if you want, you can check that out. But for this video, let's move on to this backend platform. Here we have to create a new app. So I will click on this, and I will give my new app name as YouTube. Click on this create button, and then we will be navigated to our dashboard. And you can see our app is created, and we have navigated to our app dashboard. This is the overview section, which gives us overview about our app. Like, it will show us the system logs here only, and also it will give us the statistic of average response time, response status, and slow queries. Also, if we scroll down here, we get the list of requests per month and how much it is remaining for a free tier. Like for a free tier, they provide 25,000 requests per month, which is very good. And also if you want to upgrade, you can click on this upgrade plan. They are very cheap, and the first plan starts from $15 per month, which will provide 500k request, which is I think very good, and also it is scalable. Whenever you want, you can scale it. Now for this video, let's go with the free tier only. This was about the overview. After this, we have this database section. As the name suggests, in this section, we have our database table. Here it is also known as the classes, or we can say collection. So by default, Back4App provide us some classes which are special class which consist of special functions. Like this user class, which is already provided by default, have some special functions to sign up, login, get current user, and many more things. Also, in this collection, you can see these are the columns are like the data which will be stored here. Okay, like user table can have email, password, username, user profile photo, etc. So you can see here inside the user we have some predefined columns like object id, which will be unique for every single data. Email verified, like this user is automatically provided by Back4App, so they provide us option to validate the email, and that status will be stored here. Also, beside this name, we are getting the data type or data model of the column. So whether that column should contain number, should contain boolean, or should contain pointer, date, etc. You can see updated at is a date. So we also have odd data. So suppose in our application we might integrate social login like Google and the Facebook. So if you are integrating that, then Back4App automatically will store that data in this odd data, and we'll link all these three together like email and the password, odd data, and this email verified, so that user can log in as per them, and you don't have to handle all the three logic differently like we used to do in MySQL and MongoDB. So this is very positive. Also, here we are having username, password and the email, here we can add a new column. Like in my application, I will be having full name and the phone number also. But you know what? In the big application, it is always recommended that we separate our user credential along with the user data. So it means that in this user collection, I will keep user credentials like user email, user password, user auth data and other thing, and I will create another collection in which I will store user full name, user phone number and other data which is not that much important as per security reasons. So to create a new collection, we can directly click on this add class, and here we can select the type. So it is a custom and my class will be user data. Okay, and it should be public. Then I also have to add a column, so I will click on this create and column. Now my column data type, you can choose any of the data type. I will choose string and it will be full name. Okay, and yeah, it is a required field. So I will click on this add and continue. Then again, I will add here and it will be number and my column name will be phone and yes, no, because this will not be required, and I will click on this add, and you can see my user data is already created. And now here we already get some column like updated at created at. So in MySQL and MongoDB, we used to handle this thing manually, but here Back4App is taking care of everything. Okay. And here, if you want, you can add a row directly from here or create a CSV or Excel file and upload the data. But we will be uploading the data from our React Native code. Now you might be thinking that for a user data, we are having these two column. Okay, like here user credential is there and here user data is there. So they should be mapped. And you are totally right. So for that, what I will do, I will go there and here we can just click on this add new column, and this column I will choose data type as pointer. Pointer means it is pointing to somewhere, and where it will point? It will point to our user data, and we will call it as user group, and it will be required yes, and I will click on this add. So you can see user group has been added. So now whenever user will register in our application, his credential will be stored here along with the object ID of the user data collection. Like in user data, that particular user's other details will be there like phone number and full name. So this user data will have object ID. So here in the user we will be storing that object ID so that they are mapped. In the same way, in this user data, we will create a column and add a pointer there, and that pointer will point to this collection so that both the collection for a particular user will be linked and we can fetch the data. But for user, I have created this pointer manually, and for this user data, I will create the pointer in React Native code. So let's wait for that. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to explain. After this, we will move on to Index Manager. Indexing is used to make the query faster. So I am not going to cover this in today's video. Now let's move on to Cloud Code. This is very important and very useful because in this we can store the files from React Native or directly from here and fetch it also. And other than this, inside this main.js now we can add a particular code to get the logs. Like whenever user is trying to do the save, we can add the condition here that before the user data has entered any of the collection, I want to see the user details in my logs. Okay, we can add that condition here, and inside the logs we can see that log so that whenever in future if some user is facing the issue, we can come to log and see where the things got wrong. Okay, and after this we have this API where we got the documentation on how to connect Back4App with our React Native application. And then we have this web deployment. Here we can host our Node.js application. So I'm not going to cover this. And after this, we can move on to app settings. Back4App has provided us many options to make our database secure. You can explore each of them. In the security keys, we get our application ID and JavaScript key. So now I will go to API because we want to connect our Back4App with our React Native. So I'll go to API, click on this React Native. I have already told many times, if you want to learn about any programming language, any platform, or any library, the best part is to go to the documentation. And Back4 have provided good documentation. So here I will just come and I will just scroll down, and we have to install these two packages. So I will copy this npm install parse and React Native. I will go to this and I will run this command, save it, let it install. Then I will just scroll down. Here we have to get our app keys. So I will get them, but after that we have to add this code in our application. So I will copy this code, then I will go to my React Native application. Come here, let's create a new file named as parseconfig.js. In this, I will paste that. Okay, parse we have already installed just now. Async storage we just installed. Here it is setting the async storage, so it will store the data there. And here we have to pass application ID and JavaScript key. So let's go to our application, backend dashboard, app settings, security and keys. Okay, I will copy my application ID. You can use mine, but don't worry, I will delete this. I will application ID and then JavaScript key. So this is JavaScript key. Copy, come here, and let's paste it. And you know what? That's it. The integration of Back4App with React Native is done. You just have to go to your app.js and import that parseconfig.js. Save this. Now let me just restart my application. So I will go here, and yeah, it is done. I will run this command npm react native run android. Let's wait for it to finish. Then I will proceed with registration logic. Okay, now all the installation and configuration is done, and I have imported parse config here. Then I will go to package.json, and you can see here that async storage is downloaded and parse is also downloaded. This is the version. If you are facing some issue, then you can switch to 0.78.2 and make sure to change it here also. Now I will go to register, and here in this function I am getting all the data in the console. Till here we are good. Now I have to store this data to backend. So how we can do that? For that, first thing which we will do is import parse, and it should be imported from parse slash react native. Okay, so if I take you to this parse config.js, here you can see that we have imported the parse and then we set this attribute which helped us to connect our React Native to Back4App. So now in this parse, we are having every data which is present inside our Back4App, and we can access them through parse. Okay, now I will come here, and the first thing is we will have to fetch the collection. How we can do that? I've already told you the best way to learn any new thing is from the documentation. So this was the documentation to create. Here we have this user function. These all are fine, but there is one more document for API. So I will go back and here go to docs. You can go to this API reference and click on open link in new tab. Okay, and here you can see we have got the list of API. Then I will go to objects API, and here you can see how we can create the object. So using parse.object we can pick the collection and then we can set the data. After that, if you want to save them, we can directly add this save. So now I will just go there to my register, and here we have to store this data in our collection. So as I have already told you, we will be using by default user and user data both. But for now, just for now, let me just show you how we can save the data in any collection. So as we have already seen in the documentation, first I will create a variable named as user data, and here I will write new. Okay, this is like creating the object, parse.object, and in this I can pass the name of the collection. It can be any collection, and if it does not exist, it will create that for us. Okay, so this is the now what? Now we have to assign the data to it. Okay, here I am showing normal way to add data in any collection. It is not related to login or sign up. Okay, so user data dot set, what we have to set and where we have to set. We have to set in particular columns. What column we have created? We have created full name, so I will write here full name, and here I can pass the value. So I will pass here username. In the same way, I will write here user data dot set. What was the other column? It was phone, and here I can pass the phone. So this is how much easy it is to store the data in our Back4App collection. Okay, now we have to save this. Like we have got the access to our collection, we have set the data to the column, but we have to save it. For that, I will write here, I will make this function as async because this operation will take time. So we have to wait for it. And here I can write await user data dot save like this. Okay, just one more thing, whenever you are using such third party na, always make sure that you surround their code in try and catch blocks so that you will get the error, otherwise you will never get the error. So I will surround all the code to this, and then at last I will just console.log user saved successfully, and in the error I can just console.log error console.error, and I can pass error occurred, and here I can just pass the error variable. Okay, fine, I will save this. Let's check the output. So I will open my application and I will enter here username and phone number and then click on this register. And you can see I am getting one error. Crypto.getRandomValues not supported. Okay, let me check this. Okay, to remove this error, we have to install one more package. So I will come here, I will stop my server and I will run this command npm install React Native get random values. Okay, so make sure you also install it. Okay, this is installed. So I will restart my application again. And by that time, I will come here, I will go to app.js. And here we have to add one line, which is this import React Native get random values. Okay, I will save this. My application is getting started. Okay, by the time it is getting started now, let me integrate Stack Navigator also. So currently in app, I am just showing the register now, but now I will be adding login and user detail screen. So we will be needing Stack Navigator. I have already shown you which packages we have to install and we have already installed that. Okay. So now I will come here outside the app. I will create one variable named as stack and I will assign here create Stack Navigator. Okay. It should be imported from React Navigation stack. Then I will come inside this return and before this stack we have to pass the navigation React navigation. For that I will write here navigation container which should be imported from React Navigation Native. This is a parent navigation container, so in this only we can put all our navigation. Okay, so in this I can put multiple stack navigator, bottom navigator and tab navigator. If you want to learn about all different type of navigators, I have dedicated video on them, you can go and check out. But for now I will assign here stack.navigator. So I can just write here stack.navigator. So this is parent navigator. In this there can be any number of navigators. Okay, and in the navigator we can have any number of screens. So to add the screen I can add it directly like stack.screen. Let's close this, and in this we have to pass two things. One is name through which we will access the pages, and other one is the component which will be accessible. So here I can pass register. Okay, fine. Let's see whether my application is got it started or not. Okay, it is still loading. Let's wait for it to finish. Okay, my application got started. I have not saved this tech navigator. Okay, let's wait for it. And now let me just align this better. Okay, fine. Now what will happen if I click on this register? And you can see I'm getting the error and it is saying schema mismatch user data.phone expected number but got string. Okay, because everything is empty. So we are able to access our back4app collection because it is doing the validation. Okay, because we have defined data type in our back4app dashboard. Fine. Now let me just go to register and let me just add the valid value. So it will be Adarsh, and in the phone I can pass the numbers and then click on register. And okay, again I'm getting the same error. Okay, expected number. Okay, I got it. Here we are not using tsx, so it is not like tightly coupled. So what I will do, I will just remove this phone and I will write here pass int, so that it will convert whatever data is there now, it will convert it to number and it will be phone. You can define here also, but this is a better way. Now let's save this and let's click on this register again, and we didn't got anything. Let's check in the debugger, and here you can see I'm getting user saved successfully. Okay, I've got this message. Now let's go to back4app dashboard and see whether data is present there or not. So I will go to my database, I will go to user data, and you can see one data is there. And if I scroll to the right, yeah, full name is Adarsh and phone is 5766. So this is how easy it is to store the data to any collection. Okay, but for now I will delete this. So here only we get the option to delete, and if you want to delete the whole schema and all like collection, then you can delete it from here. Okay, so now let me just delete this record because I don't want it. Now let's code this better. Like if I come here, here I am storing to user data, but we don't want to store it to user data. We want to store to user and then link it to user data. Okay. So now let's write the code for that. So for now, I will just make some space here. Then I will come and let's create a variable name as user, and here also I will write new, then I will write parse, and here we want to access the user collection. How we can access? Dot object, no, because user is predefined, so I can directly access it like this. So if you are making your own collection, you can access it through dot object, otherwise like this. Then here I can write user dot set what other things we have to set? We have to set username. So I will just write here username, and I am setting it to email only. Then we have to set email, which will also be email, and then we have to set password. So password, make sure this spelling is same as in the column, and here instead of email I will pass password. Okay, so here our user is created. Now what next? We have to sign up. Okay, so here I will write await user dot save. No, save is only for the collection you made. Here we have to sign up the user, so I can use the function provided by default user schema known as sign up. If you want to know all about the predefined function, what you can do, you can go to documentation, and this is API documentation. And here if I go to users API, you can see all of these are the function which are automatically provided and we can use them. Okay, like here you can see here, to log in we can directly use it like this. I will show you everything, so no issue. Now I will go here. So to sign up the user, you can sign up like this. If you don't want to pass the data like this, you can directly pass here also, but this is a better way. So now our user will be created inside this user. But in the user, we want to pass the pointer of the user data. And in user data, we have to store some of this data. How we can do that? For that, here first operation is done. User is signed up in one database. Then from here, we will continue and it will also save the data to user data. So this will be like continuation step. Here it will store the username, here it will store the phone. And here what I will do, I will copy this email and make it user data. So in user data, I haven't created the email column. I'm directly adding it from here. Let's see whether it will be added or not. So here user data is also done. Now before saving in user data also, we want the pointer that will point to this user. Okay, getting my point? Like in both the database, we will have to add the pointer. So now first we will add the pointer here because user is already created. Okay, so here I will write user data. Okay, we haven't created the pointer column, we can directly add here and it will work. It will automatically create, and I will just write here user pointer. This is the name of the column which needs to be created, and what will be its value? Its value will be this user only because it is already signed up and it will have all the values as of now. Okay, then user data will be saved. Now user data is also saved, so we can update the pointer in this user. So here I will write user dot set. What was the name of the column? Let me just go. Okay, so in user I have already made a one column. So if I see the column, it was user group. Okay, so I will come here and I will just write here user group, comma, here what I will pass, I will pass user data. So this is how you can link. You have first created the user, okay, and then you have added the data in user data and then added the pointer. Once user data is created, you have added back this pointer to this user database. Okay, fine. After this I will write here await user.save. Why? And the reason is, here we have done the sign up, then here we have updated the pointer, here we are again updating the pointer, so obviously we will have to save. Okay, and after this I will just add here alert so that we will get the message. And same thing in error also, I will add the alert, and it should be error dot message, otherwise you will get error. And make sure to import the alert from React Native. Okay, fine, let's save this. Let's open our application, and when I click on this register button, what I'm getting? Nice, I'm getting the error in the alert, cannot sign up with user with empty username. Okay, now if I give username, what I will get? Just think about it. Again I will get the same error. Why? The reason is here the email is empty, and in this username we are expecting email also. Okay, so that's why I'm getting. So now let me just fill all the details. Now I will click on this register button, and here I'm getting the error user group is required. Okay, so this is user group and we are giving it, then why I'm getting the error? Can you think about that? If no, then I will be disappointed. And the reason is, here we are setting the user group. But before this, here we are doing the sign up. So user group should be provided here because in back4App, we have made that as required. Okay. So there is two things we can do. One is remove it from the required, or otherwise what we can do, we can do this sign up afterwards. Like instead of doing the sign up here, we can do the sign up afterward here, and then we can again set this user data. So let me just show you the second way. Okay, So what I will do, I will just remove the sign up from here. Now user is created, the user data will be there, user data will be saved, and then my user group will be saved. And here instead of save, I will do my first sign up. Okay. So here I will add await user.signup. Okay. And then from here I can remove this pointer, because in this schema this pointer is not mandatory, so I can add that step here. And then I will write await user data.save again. Getting my point? You can do this thing just by thinking logically when and where everything is required. Now I will do the save. Let's open our application again. Let's click on OK. Let's do nothing, just click on this register, and I'm getting user saved successfully. Let's go to our backend application. Let's reload this, and you can see in user data, I've got my data, Adarsh phone number a@g.com, and user pointer, which is directly pointing to this user. And here also I've got all the data, username, email, password is hidden, and my user group. And also the session is active now. Now, like previously, session was not there, but the moment one user just registered in my application, I have got the session. That means session is active, and you can see I am getting this action as sign up. When we will do the login, it will give us login, and it will also change the auth provider. Currently we are using the password. If we use any social media platform, then it will tackle that. So our registration part is done. Now let's go to the front end and create the UI for login. Okay, but before that, I will come here and let's save this app.js, and let's see what I'm getting in my application, whether everything is fine or not related to stack. And you can see my stack navigator is integrated because I'm getting this header. We don't want it, but this is indicating that my stack navigator got integrated. Now what I will do, I will come to this stack navigator, and I will just write here screen options, and in the screen option I can just write here header shown to false, so that I will not get the header. After this, I will go to screen. You can see my header is gone, and I will create a new file, login.js. Okay, and here I will copy the whole code of the register, and let's change the name of the function to login. Okay, and from here I can remove this phone, and email will be there. Username we can remove it. Login is fine. This image I will change the image, and if I go to asset, what is my image? Login.jpg. So I will just write here login, and handle submit. For now I will just remove everything because we don't want this for now, and I will just keep this email and password. And in the states also I don't want everything, so I will just remove this parse. I will require because I'm going to use it. So I think everything is fine. Let's save this. Now let's go to app.js. Let's add another screen, and it will be login, and my component will be login, and it should be imported from screens. And then I will come to this stack navigator, and I will write here initial route name, and my initial route name will be login, not register. So I will save this, and let me just reload my application, and you can see I have been navigated to login. Now here I am having this already have an account, so I will just go to login, and here we have to add the function to navigate to the register. So let's add that. So I will come here and I will write on press, and on press I can pass a callback function, and here we want navigation. So I will just write a navigation. Okay, navigation should we get from the stack navigator only. So in login I can just get the navigation like this. So once you integrate stack navigator and add any screens there, you get navigation directly. Otherwise you can use navigate hook, but here I can just write navigation dot navigate, and let's pass the page name, which is register. Let's save this. Let's click on this already have an account, and it is taking me to the register page. Now I will copy this, go to the register. We'll do the same thing here, and it will navigate us to the login. So this is totally fine, and you can see this is working. Okay, navigation doesn't exist, my bad. I have to destructure it here. Now it should work fine. Now let's create this function. So I will go to login, and inside this handle submit, what I have to do, I have to do login. Before doing the login directly, I have to check whether email and password is entered or not. For that, I can add this condition: if email is not empty or password is not empty. Like if any of them is empty, then I will just alert here dot alert validation, please fill all the fields. And after this, I will return so that the code after this line will not be executed. The same condition we also have to include in this register. So let me just include it. So you can handle the null check like this, that if username, email, phone or password does not exist, then we will get this alert and it will be returned and we will not hit to our backend. Okay, fine. Let's save this. Let's go to the login. This is done. After this, what I will do? I will create try and catch block, and inside try block, I will write await parse. This parse should be imported, and you can see it is imported from React Native dot user. Okay, so previously we have directly accessed our user like this, and here we have to set the data. So we done that operation using dot set. Now here we have to do the login. How we can do that? Using dot login. That's it. So I will just write here dot login, and in this I can pass our email and password, and it will do all of our job. After this, we have to get the user data. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will just create a variable here, const current user equal to parse.user dot current user. So these are predefined function which helps us to get the data, not current user, it will be only current. If you want to explore all of this and make your coding journey easier, you can explore the documentation. Okay, and for now I will just console.log current user, and also let me just add alert and all, and I will add alert here also. Now let's save this. Let's go to our email, and I will enter my email, which is a@g.co, and the password was 123. So I will just write here 123, click on this login button, and I have got login successful. Let's check the console, and in the console you can see what I'm getting. I'm getting this, but here the data is not there. No, it is there. I will show you. So in this current user, our data is there. How we can get them? To set the data, what we have used dot set. To get the data, we can get it using dot get. So I will just console here, console.log current user dot get. This is the column name, current user dot get email, and now I will save this. Okay, now I will open my console, just remove everything, click on this login, and you can see what I'm getting, username and email. So now our login is also done. We are getting the user details, like the particular user through which you have logged in will be accessible through this. Like all the users will not be accessible through this. Only the particular user through which you logged in will be accessible using this function. Okay, now our next step will be, after login we will be navigated to user detail screen. So now let's first create the UI for user detail screen, and then we will get the data. Now I'll go to screens, and let's create a new screen name as user.js. Okay, and now here I will paste my already created UI. So here you can see what I have done. I have imported view, style sheet and image, card text button, and also icon from material community icon. This is just a mock data. Okay, and this is my UI, where there is a first container, I'm showing the image, then this is a card, and in the card I'm showing welcome username, and then mock user email and mock user phone, and here I'm having a logout button. Okay, which is currently doing nothing, and this is the CSS. You can copy it or you can design it. I will show you the output, but you can copy this and you can go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Now I will save this. Let's go to app.js, and this is my stack navigator. So let's add this, and here I will add my new screen name, which will be user details, and my component, which will also be user details. Now what next? I will go to login, and once okay profile.png does not exist, I will go to user. In my asset, profile.png is there. Okay, I think it should be like this dot assets, and inside this it should be profile.png. Fine, then I will go to login, and here once the user is successfully logged in, I will just write here navigation dot navigate, and where I have to navigate to user details. Okay, let's save this. Click on this login successful, click on this login, and login successful, and you can see I have been navigated to my user details. This is my user details currently with the mock data. Now we have to fetch the data here. How we can do, I have already shown you using parse.user.currency. So now I will go to user details. Here first I will import the parse. After this I will come here, and let's create a state name as user info, comma set user info. Okay, fine, then I will come here and will create the use effect. because we want to fetch the data and assign it to the state. And here I will pass a dependency array which will be null, and then I will create a function named as fetch data which should be async. In this I will add try and catch block. Now we don't have to just fetch the data from 1 dB, we have to fetch it from the 2 dB. So let me just show you how I will do that. So first I will create a variable name as current user is equals to await parse.user.current, and here I will add async. Okay, this is also a function which will get us the data. Then from here I will extract the data. So first I will extract the email. How I can extract? Current user dot get, what I have to get? Just the email which is my column name. Okay, after this I have to fetch the user's name, but the user name which is a full name is located inside user data. And from current user, how we can navigate to that? Through pointer. So what I will do, I will copy this thing, paste it here, make the name as user data variable name, and from here I will access the user data. Getting my point? Sorry, no user data, user group which have my pointer to user data. Okay, and now as it is having a pointer, I can add condition that if user data is present, that means my pointer is available. At that time I will first fetch the user data, like it will just contain the data, but we will have to fetch it to access. So I will write here user data dot fetch. Okay, now we have fetched the data, so we can access other data using user data dot get, and here I can pass the name of the column which we want to access, which in our case is phone and full name. Getting my point? And let me just create a let variable here for phone and full name. Okay, and here I will assign it. Okay, fine. So you understood now what is happening here. Here first I got the current data using this function, and from the current data I extracted our user group. Then I fetch the data of that particular user group which is a pointer, and then I have extracted the other data from that user data. Getting my point? At last what I will do, I will just write here set user info, and I will set all the data like email. Fine. Then I will come here and I will just call fetch data here, and after this I will come and instead of this mock user we can pass here user info dot username. Is fine? No, it is not fine. Here it should be full name. Email and phone is fine. Let me just save this, and we have got the error. Cannot treat property full name of a null. So it can be because of this fetch data will take time and we are not waiting for it, and we are directly rendering the UI. So what I will do, I will add one more condition. So I will come here, and before we have written the UI, I will just write here if my user info is not present, then at that time I will also return one UI, and in that UI I will just return a view, and in the view I can just return one text which will be no user data available. So if user data is not there, this screen will come. Let's save this. Let's try to do login again, and you can see we are getting all the updated data. It is working totally fine. Now let's create the function for logout. Also, let me just go to back4App dashboard, and here let me just reload this. You can see here the action got updated with the login because we are doing the login continuously. Okay, so you can see this is very helpful. I will just go down to that button, and here I will, okay, I have already written on press. Here I will write the function name handle logout. I will copy this name. Okay, it should be like this. Then I will come here, const fetch user data, same thing. I will create handle logout. It will also be async. I will add try and catch block. You can add the catch error. Okay, and here I will write await parse.user.logout, and that's it. It will remove everything about the user from this variable and this user one. Okay, and from here I can just navigate to my login, and that's it. Let's go up here, get that navigation. So I will get it like this. Save this. Now let me just click on this logout button, and you can see I have been logged out. And now let's go and check the session thing. So if I come here and go to my database, and in the session you can see there's no active session because I have done the logout. Okay, this was about back4App as a backend, as a service, like how easy it is to register a user, login as a user, do the logout, maintain the session. In the same way you can maintain the role also, like some user will have admin, user, supervisor. super user, and many much more you can do through back4app. Now you might be thinking that I have shown you how to get a particular user after the login, but what if you are logging as an admin and now you want all the user? So in that case, what we can do, we can directly go to documentation. So let me take you there. So this is the documentation, and here inside user API, if I go to this reading users, so let's click on this, and you can see that if you want to get the particular user, okay, then you can get it like this, pass.user, and in the user you can pass the user ID and you can get the ID. And if you want to get all the users like from user data, in that case you can go to objects API and go to this reading objects. So here you can see we can directly access that particular collection and then run this find method. And when we run this find method inside this variable, all our data will come, and then we can get each and every data by mapping over it using dot get, passing the column name. This is very easy. And if you want to update the data, then also you can take the reference from here, like you can pass the particular data ID which we can get from anyway, like from reading the objects also. In this also we will get the key and then we will update it. Same thing goes for deleting the object. You can explore every other API and work with back4app predefined functions. Now let me just show you how we can log in back4app. So for that I will come here and I will go to cloud code. If you want a dedicated video on how to upload a file from React or React Native to this back4app and then fetch it back again, then let me know in comment. I will shortly make the video on that. And here we have to go to main.js, and here we can add the code to write the log. I have already copy pasted the code. If you don't know how to write the code, you can directly search anywhere or go to the documentation, or just ask the chat GPT, or back4app has their own AI, so you can just ask him that write a function to log these things about my application. But for now, let me just paste the function. So here I have pasted the function which will work before save, and here I can pass my collection name which is user data. So before saving the data, I will be checking if the email is required or not, or and throwing the error, and then I will console this object. Okay, then we can click on this deploy button. This is deploying. Now by the time, let me just open the application like this. Let's go to already have an account, and here let's create the another account. So the debug arena, click on register. From here you can navigate to login, so you can write that condition. Here also I will log in as, then click on this login. Okay, login is successful. Now let's go and see the logs. And in the log, in the info, we can see that this line has already executed, which we have just added. Also, if I go to error now, you can see that before that, while making the application, this were the error I got, and it is tracking that. So this is how we can use logs to track the error and to solve the user issues. So that's it for the video. I hope you have understand each and everything. Let me know in comment whether you have understand each and every part of the video or not, and let me know your review about back4app. What are the new functionality you discovered and how it helped you to build your application. Thanks for watching the video.